Hello and welcome to What's Up. I got my special friend from the USA here at my side. George, how are you?
What's up, man? Glad to be back.
I'm glad so. How was your flight?
It was ridiculous to say the least. I know you were following my journey. Let's start off with YCS Atlanta. Made it to YCS Atlanta, had a great time, had one of our players finish in the finals. We had a bunch of players top. After that, came back to Florida, maintained the shop, make sure everything wasn't completely on fire. As you know, Pro Play Games, we have a store back there, so making sure everything went fine. Then, next trip was to New Jersey and Atlantic City, New York area. Go there for ARG, had a great time. Our team made it to the finals of the team war. One of our players won the whole event, so it was fantastic. But there was a snowstorm that hit us right before I got back. So, in turn, I was kind of stuck there for a little bit. I missed my flight on Tuesday, missed my flight on Wednesday, managed to get a flight going Wednesday night. My connecting flight was also from New York to get to Prague. That got canceled. My flight got delayed again. Like, it was crazy. So, long story short, I got here Friday instead of getting here, Wednesday. And it was still a great time. I wasn't able to be here for pre-registration on Friday and give my guys all their stuff, but I saw them Saturday and it was all fine. So everything's been fantastic. Other than that, the flight was, it was still okay. I flew into France and then from France here, not too bad, but it was full flights. So no area to sit, sleep, nothing. I was crunched in between the four people in the middle, and it was just...
And the whole story is filmed up by Machete with explosions and stuff.
Exactly. Lack of sleep, uncomfortable positions, everything you could think of, it was happening.
Get chased by ISIS.
Yeah, it was just the worst, man.
That's the worst.
The only thing that was stopping me was me getting stopped in TSA for something and then me missing my flight. That's the only thing that was missing from this story. But other than that,
but after all that shit, you already arrived.
I made it. I made it all. I could have easily just thrown in the towel and been like, I'm not going to Prague anymore. But I was so persistent on making it back because my first time in Europe was fantastic. This time has been fantastic. I can't wait to come again. Like, it's just always been a positive experience and I never regret coming here.
Okay. I wrote you on Facebook. You should come to bring your favorite stuff.
Yes.
You got something with you.
I got this for you right here. This is a new Spellground. We had Spellgrounds last time we talked. I didn't have too many because everybody came up to me and got them before I saw you on Sunday. But I came prepared this time. Not as prepared because I wasn't able to bring as much stuff as I wanted. The airline was really restricting me on what I had to take, so I wasn't able to bring shirts or jackets. But I brought the new Spellgrounds. This is with our new sponsor. Last time we talked, I didn't have a sponsor. Now we got a sponsor. We didn't really need one, but I thought it looked a lot official, especially if they're called Ultra Pro and we're Pro Play Games. So it's funny, we call our team Ultra Pro Play Games now.
And it's always good if they got your back in all situations.
Yeah, no, it's great for the member. I did it more for our team players so that they can get free sleeves, free deck boxes. They got a new custom mat from Ultra Pro that says Sponsored Team 2017. Super cool. They went the whole extra mile for our team, which is super grateful for. Shout out to them. But this we actually made ourselves. We're always known for the Spellground, so we ran it back. This is our version 2. New material, new rounded edges over here, so no more, of those...
He did that all by himself with his bare hands.
With my bare hands, these right here, these small tiny hands. But yeah, so we ran it back, and this is a present for you, so I'm gonna leave this here for you. If anybody needs them, always contact our Facebook page. We sell them regularly all the time. We got a bunch out this weekend.
It will be a pleasure to put this link.
You can even wear it when you go to sleep. You just blanket, it's fine. But it's
I guess I need 10 more of that to use as a blanket.
Don't be silly. Don't be silly.
I'm realistic. Okay, so for your team member, how it goes so far?
Okay, so day one started off really strong. Through round 4, we had 3 guys 4-0. Long Dow being one of them, another 2, a B team prospect in Christoph. He's topped a bunch of YCS. He has 5 tops, champ rank 250, so a decent recruit. We might be recruiting him after this weekend anyways because he had a pretty solid performance. And then another one, Bradley Bread, shout out to him. He just, repped the mat for free this weekend and was just, repping, talking good about us and doing pretty well in the tournament. But unfortunately, some unfortunate circumstances happened where one of our players was locked out last night till like very late in the morning trying to, I don't know, he was stuck downstairs, didn't have a key, didn't have a phone, I don't know. So he ended up missing day 2. Another one was in the running, he was still competing in day 2, but just lost like, I don't know, I think there was like 11 rounds or 10 rounds today. It was something crazy, but he lost like second to last round or something. It was a lot of rounds, by the way. This was a huge YCS.
Yeah.
And then the other one was knocked out yesterday. So unfortunately, we didn't have too many players represent us this weekend, but out of all of them, they had pretty solid performances, but you know, unfortunately, none of them into the top cut. Right now, I think we're in the last round of that. So
this is one of the second time that players from the USA came over to Europe. What do you think? What is this? Why is this trend happening?
Honestly, it would have been a lot more, but there was an Ultimate Duelist series in Las Vegas, which a lot of all my players actually were at. One of them actually currently in top 16 right now, it's just a fantastic environment. It's something different. Like I said before, like what's not to love about Europe, really? I mean, maybe the weather, I guess. I'm from Florida, so I'm very spoiled. There's no cold winter whatsoever. But other than that, there's nothing, you know, there's nothing to hate. Billy Bray came back here for a second time trying to, you know, defend his throne, which he's doing, I think, pretty well. I think he should be in top 16 or top 32 or whatever. But yeah, it's just fantastic. It's a new playing experience, like something different. You know, as I said on my Facebook status when I left, if it ain't foreign, it's boring. So it's just really fun. It's something refreshing, and what's not to love? There's so many players. There was almost more than Atlanta. Like, I don't know, or more than Atlanta. I don't know. There was 1,370. Like, that's crazy for Europe, for the amount of events that you have per year.
And in fact, we remember last YCS where many players said, if the Zodiac comes, I will quit this game, I will never come to a duel again.
Yeah.
And now we got the trend going up.
Yeah,
for the top lane.
I was surprised. Like, we haven't had a ban list. Players were like expressed their concerns about that, and they still decided to show out. Like, I know Europe gets a lot less opportunities to play on the major scene, but maybe that's good for them. I mean, like, I know the player base isn't, you know, the same as the United States where they can play every single day and you get consistent turnouts. Maybe you can get it here, but I mean, I think everything's going fine. You get huge turnouts, and like I said, there was another big American event this weekend, which is why there wasn't more Americans here, but you still saw a lot of the same Americans come out here, enter. I entered. I'm bad at Yu-Gi-Oh, so, I mean, whatever.
What's your opinion on Zodiac?
My opinion, I mean, honestly, I wanted to stay as far away from Zodiacs as possible, but as I made my deck, I was like, why wouldn't I play these, like, 5 or 6 cards? Like, this engine is so free. I was playing lawn mowing Infernoid with Zodiac, so I played that, and I was like, why not? Like, the advantage system is just so popular. Why not do it? So I ended up doing it, and it's fun. I mean, I like it, but at the same time, when it gets done to you, and they have so much more extensions to it, it just, you know, it kind of discouraging sometimes. Yeah.
What's your favorite deck?
My favorite deck right now is just anything that mills. So like Minerva Sworn or like Infernoid Sworn. That's honestly the most ideal deck for me, just because it's something different and it's something fun. I love milling cards and seeing what I can mill and then being like, I win because I draw this one card, lawn mowing, you know. So I like that. Yeah, exactly. And then you don't have those big turns where you're combo, do this, or, you know, like, it's just mill a bunch of cards, good board, done, you know.
Okay, things we don't get to talk about in the last YCS, when did you start with playing? So this passion over the Yu-Gi-Oh franchise, it doesn't come out of nowhere.
Yeah, so, of course. I started when I was like 12 years old. I would watch the show every morning, like Saturday morning on Kids WB, and I would like mock the characters. Like, I would like be like, yeah, I'd be like acting like Yu-Gi or whatever, like summoning the card, all dramatic and stuff like that. I was a kid. I was really into the show. I loved it. I ended up going to Toys R Us like every Saturday after the show. They would have like a league. That was like my local, I guess, you know, and they would have a little tournament where, you know, everybody gets like little promo cards and like the raw yellow badge and the Slifer red badge. Like, they would do little cool things like that. So so that's pretty much how I got into it, and then from there I would just go to there was in the mall there was like a store where they would have tournaments every so often. I go to the bookstore, play there. I play at school. Like, I was once I got into it, I was just like playing Yu-Gi-Oh all the time. Like it was crazy, but I was just bad. You know, I was just bad. I was just casual, fun. You know, like kid. You know, 12 to 15. Like, you know, just jamming it just because.
A Rolling Stone out of failure.
Yeah. But then I ended up getting. Developing pretty decent, I guess. I topped a YCS in Atlanta 5 years ago, back in the Stone Age, and ever since then I really haven't played competitively. So, but it's been fun. It's been a huge, like, fun journey, and I don't regret getting into it. And I'm glad I got into it as early as I did, because if I would have gotten into it later, maybe the passion still wouldn't be there. But the passion is still there. Nostalgia. It's what I've done for my childhood, and now it's my job. So I love it.
Okay. Let's light out the other side. What was your worst experience with this TCG?
Oh my God, worst experience was me going to Canada. I had went to Canada not on purpose. It was like my family. It was for a family trip, right? So I go there, and while I'm there, I'm like, oh, there's a Canadian national going on. I'm like, Mom, Dad, we're going to that. Like we're gonna be there. Like conveniently, we're gonna be there. So let's go stop by, check it out. So I bring my deck, all my stuff on the trip. And then we get there, I see, you know, the late greats, you know, Lazaro Bolito, Dale Bolito, Jeff Jones, like all these, like, you know, top players there. Just, you know, some of them are playing, some of them are not. I think Jeff was there just watching, but Dale Bolito, Lazaro Bolito from Canada and stuff. So it was really cool to see those guys, because I looked up to those guys. I mean, I was still a kid.
Just this wow effect.
Yeah, exactly. And then just watching them, I brought my deck just to play casually. I don't even think I ended up playing. I just ended up watching the whole time, because what's not, like, I love watching, like, top competitive players. Like I was competitive always, but I was just, you know, sometimes I didn't have the access to the resources to like have those cards to play. So so while we're there, somehow I take out my deck, like wanting to play, or like being too nervous to ask one of the top players to play with me or something, and I guess in the whole midst of everything, I just leave my deck on the table. And I just don't remember until I get in the car, and then we're in the back seat, like, you know, it's like an SUV or whatever. We put down the back seats, and it's me and my brother, and we were gonna play a game. We were gonna play Yu-Gi-Oh, because it was like a long drive. We had driven from like New York or something, I don't know. And yeah, I'm like, where's my deck? I'm like, oh my God.
Oh no.
Where's my deck? It was just the worst sinking feeling.
We need to go back.
Losing my stuff. Yeah, I mean, like, I think I was even smart enough to be like, we're not going back because it's not there. I know what happens when your stuff goes missing. So, you know, I just took the L. It was like the worst. You know, I didn't have a very expensive deck or anything, but it was still like, you know, like having your stuff stolen, honestly, in a game that you like put so much into and that you passionately like so much, it's like the worst. Because sometimes it's hard to recruit. There, I mean, maybe it was a $100 deck, maybe max. Like I said, it wasn't anything competitive. I wasn't competitive or anything like that. But nowadays, you got your deck $400 to $800. You know, like. And losing that is just like, you know, I can see how it can just be the huge discouragement, get you out of the game, like not want to make you play anymore. Like, it just sucks. Losing your stuff just sucks, you know? Like, I wish there was more people to turn it. I mean, you do see it, a lot of people turn in the stuff when it's lost and all that stuff, but, you know, it just happens so rarely to the point where, like, you're just so paranoid. Even me, I'm looking over in a second and being like, where's my bag? You don't want to lose your stuff. That's it. Like, it's just, that's the worst experience that I feel like you can have for this game, and everything else is pretty much positive. The people who you play, the game, like, you know, sometimes the game is stale and stuff, but you'll still have fun because of the people that you interact with, you know? And, you know, that's usually, that was always the reason why I kept into it. I had great friends, great circle of friends, and I would just come back and travel, and I see my friends here. I see you, I see Lars, I see Junk, I see all these guys have a great time. They treat me so nice. Like, what's not to like?
Yeah.
You know?
And that's a circle that closes everything.
Yeah.
With this community, everything is only about the stars.
I love it. I love it. You can do as much as you want in this game, and everybody's there to support you. You have friends to lend you cards. I even lend players cards and stuff like that. So, you know, it's just a great time.
Okay, very interesting. I guess this deep side look.
Yeah.
could interest somebody else. I mean, I'm just a passionate guy about people I love, people I like, and you're a bit between this.
A bit between.
And next YCS, maybe you change the goal a bit forward.
Yeah. Maybe. I don't think I'll ever develop as a player, but I want other people to develop. I get more joy out of other people doing well and stuff than anything else. That's why I started the team. I wanted to help my close friends in Florida, you know, help them travel, help them, you know, succeed, help them do all this stuff. pick up sponsors so that they can get the benefit out of it. I'm always just thinking about the community and my players and my friends and stuff. That's why I do anything. I tell you guys, hey, if you need me for anything, just pull me aside. I don't accept anything. Like, I just want you guys to do well, and if you guys are doing well, I do well, I feel good, and at the end of the day, that's all what it's all about. I just love the community. I love, you know, being a part of this, and I love the passion that you guys have for what you do, because the passion that I have for what I do goes, you know, well beyond like a lot of people's. Yeah, I mean, I just came to Europe to play a trading card game. Like, come on, you know, I'm sponsoring, I'm giving out hundreds of dollars of product for free in there. Like, I was just giving out sleeves. Oh, you know about us? Here, man. Here's some sleeves, compliments of our sponsor. Like, just Oprah over here, just, you know. So I just love to see people happy and succeed, and, you know, good environment, and everybody, you know, like each other, because I feel like that's what keeps people in there, you know, not the whole, like, you know, cars getting stolen or cheating or anything. I try to stay away from that. So it's just fantastic. It's always a great time being here. Really okay.
Then I thank you for the interview. The last words out of there. Do you want to greet somebody else back there home?
Yeah. Some shout outs. Everyone from Florida. That's where we're from. Pro Play Games. We're an actual OTS store from Miami area. So if you guys have never checked out the store, or you're on vacation, I know a lot of people go to Miami. Who doesn't want to go to Miami? You know, I'm sure you want to go to Miami.
I want to go to Miami too.
No winters, promise. Just sunny beaches, trees, everything. So yeah, shout out to everyone in Florida. If you guys are in Florida, always check out the store. We're an OTS, so we do all that cool stuff, regionals and all that stuff. A second shout out to our team players that represented us this weekend. Team, fans, people that want to be fans deep down but don't have the, you know, money or anything to get any apparel. You know, we're always there, and we appreciate your support. You know, everybody who represents us always gets compensated from us. So it's always great to see people overseas repping your North American brand. So always great. I love it, and I always hook them up. I give them free sleeves too. I'm just like, oh, you're wearing our stuff? Oh, here's some free stuff anyways. But, you know, shout out to them. And then third, lastly, to our new sponsor. I didn't have to make this shout out before, but Ultra Pro, one of the largest trading card accessory companies ever. We just recently picked them up in like January. They've been super modest with everything. They've sent us, I can't even say how much product, like boxes and boxes and boxes. I think our shipment was like 25 boxes of product. Like, it was everything from sleeves to hats to deck boxes to wristbands.
To build an old bar for this.
It was just, yeah, it was just fantastic. It was just so generous, and like the communication and like their care, and like they even shouted us out when we got second place at Atlanta. They shared it on their international page with millions of followers. Like, it was just fantastic. Like, I really never expected this much from a sponsor, and we're just very happy with them, and we want to make sure that they're happy. So therefore, I'm giving them this more than generous plug that I don't get paid directly to do, but I want them to be happy. So shout out to them, really appreciate them, and I hope more people here start using Ultra Pros. I know a lot of them were interested in the new Eclipse sleeves. I wish I had some to actually profile right now and give you, but I just gave them all to my players, and I gave them out. I should have put some aside, so I would have had some, but they're all gone now. But check them out. They should be coming out by the end of March. So the Eclipse, they're like black in the front, white in the back, never been done before. Like, totally new revolution in like sleeves. Looks like a brand new company. It doesn't have the little Ultra Pro thing, but fantastic, fantastic company. Shout out to them again. But other than that, and then shout out to you. Thank you for having me on stream. This guy's great.
Come on.
Go follow, subscribe, like this video. Do everything for this guy, because every time I see him, he's got the pro setup. He's got everything going on. He doesn't have the lights today, but, you know, I told him about it. Next time he'll have it. But
I get the license, but I was lazy as fuck.
And we got to be lazy sometimes. Today I was lazy. I slept in. I probably shouldn't have, but whatever. Keep doing what you're doing. You're a great guy. Thank you again for having me. And those were it.
I wish you the best.
Yeah.
I thank you for the interview. Check out his page. Looking down in the description below.
Pro Play Games.
Yeah, and also checking out for the Ultra Pro also in the description. And we see us next to Mats Up.